Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday morning / evening / time zone that you're in. I am carefully watching my little charts because the last time I said this, I froze halfway through. Welcome to Misadventures with Magic, episode 2. I'm Hedgehog. I use he, him pronouns, and I am honoured to be the narrator, shall we say? I'm the narrator this week. I'm the narrator this week of this wonderful adventure. I'm going to let everyone in the cast introduce themselves, say hi, say who they'll be playing, and then we'll get to the shout-outs bit. I am going to start... I'm going to start with Anne, and we'll go round.
Gotta love alphabetical order. Heck yeah. Hi, my name is Anne. You can find me on Twitter at @XO_GirlWonder. I will be playing Penny Chase, who is aggressively petty towards the mean girls of the school, but is otherwise a really nice person. I promise.
Yeah, I promise. I really do promise. What you don't see is the crossed fingers behind the back of the chair. Anyway, next up, we have Leah.
Yes, I am Leah, or Chasm, and I'll be playing Shelby Brown. She tends to be a little bit more of a shy person in school, but as we have noticed in the first episode, the first session, she also can be very chaotic and can do whatever the hell she likes if she gets the impulses to. So I'm very excited to see what happens today.
I thought we were going to have a nice, relaxing teenage group. And what I've learned is I've gone from one chaotic group of teens in space to a just as chaotic group with magic.
It's been a while since you've been a teen, right? Definitely knows.
Yeah, I admittedly, it has been half of my life since I was a teen, and that's quite telling of how old I am now. Now I feel old.
You're not.
Anyway, moving on, Agent P. Take us away.
Hello everyone, I'm Agent P. I use she/they pronouns, and I play Maya Mahali, who's just, a girl who's hopped up on something. But she loves her conspiracy theories, she loves snooping around, and she loves to look for those opportunities where she can prank someone.
I was going to say, yeah, there definitely is. The amount of times we had, I've got a theory. I know what's going on right now.
Theory. I have a theory.
Last but not least, Bard, who couldn't join us last week. Last week. I knew I was going to mess up somewhere along the line. The fact that I got to the fourth person and did it, that's actually a new record, so be proud of me. Anyway, Bard.
Hi, I'm Bard, the Bard with many names. You can also call me Laura, and I'm an actor and screenwriter from Germany, and I'm going to be playing Felix Smith, your chilled and kind of laid back dude who you're gonna find around the gardening club or playing the guitar.
I always wondered, do they play the guitar to the plants?
Yes, of course.
Because plants famously are a great audience. They never judge.
They are. They don't judge you if you make mistakes.
Yeah. It's not, like being on stage.
Felix has ignored the text messages of all of the crazy things that have happened.
Yeah, 3 hours after the whole shit came down, he was like, "You all sound very stressed. Is everything alright?"
Couple messages of just like, no! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Get over here, question mark, question mark, question mark. Right. Shoutouts. This will be nice and quick, and then we can move on. Firstly, Harbour. I'd like to shout out some of the heroes. Why are you beeping at me? Oh, because I pressed the... Ignore me. I pressed the enter button for the command, and the map just went beep. It's like, what are you beeping at me for? I didn't have the window open, so the chat wasn't doing anything. Rookie mistake. Some of the heroes is a wonderful sister channel of ours set in I'm gonna say Norfolk. I nearly said Norwich. That could be right. I could be wrong. It begins with an N, and it's in East Anglia. Brain not working. There's fog. They run a Sunday stream every Sunday at 3 p.m. GMT, set in a magical, mystical world of skyships, floating islands, and many mystical beings. I watch it every Sunday. It is amazing. I encourage everyone to do the same. They are wonderful, wonderful people who I am glad to call friends. If they would call me friends. I probably should have asked if they wanted to be my friend first. Second up, if I got the command, I do have the command. There it is. I'd like to shout out Horde of Tales, another EU centric TTRPG channel who has so much content. I could be here all day listing all the things they run. They're an amazing group of people. Right now, they are getting ready to run their Women in Gaming Month, which starts in March, which is so many games, so many casting calls. They have a Discord, which I definitely recommend you join if you want to find lots of interesting games in the EU sphere. They have so many going on. It's like, I'm always blown away by it. I like them. They're good. I'll always sing their praises. Right. I did everything, and I only screwed up twice. I didn't go off topic, and I didn't ramble. That was actually pretty good. That's the best I've ever done. That's a new record. Right. Who wants to have a go at trying to recap what we did last week? There may be an adversity token in it for you.
I think I'll go for it.
Go for it.
As like the designated little note taker.
okay with that.
Well, last week, Maya, Shelby, and Penny kind of noticed that there were cracks in the barrier. And it all happened throughout the school day, and we were all... Penny made a very nice, idiom about it, where 1 is a coincidence, 2 is
An event.
and 3 is a problem. So throughout the day, we're like, okay, 1 time, coincidence, 2 times, this is a problem. And then when Maya and Shelby saw it for the 3rd time, we're like, this is a problem. We have to text Penny. And we raced over to the common house, and Shelby went up to talk to the leader, the council leader, Amanda Aston. And Amanda, being swamped with work, ended up giving us the key to the restricted section of the library to get us out of her face, which is such a great idea on her part. And so yeah, Shelby, Maya, and Penny went to the restricted section. We got some information about the barrier, like who made the barrier. It was Cordelia Montgomery, and why the barrier was made, what can happen to it. And then in the restricted section, Shelby picked up a divination book that was humming with a lot of energy. And when she opened it up, at first, the text seemed to be the same, and then on each page the text changed to say the same thing over and over again. And it was this little paragraph that said, on the longest day of the year, the false girl will be crowned queen. The barrier falls, Tanner falls. Shelby showed us the paragraph, and then the book went back to normal. And then another council member, Claire Montgomery, asked us if we went into the restricted section and took any books, and we said we didn't, and she's believed us. And yeah, and then we headed out to do our magic lesson for the day.
That's pretty much spot on. Skipping the one bit where Shelby got Claire to pull a tarot card and made them pull the death card, and Claire took that as a kind of, well, we think she took it as a kind of threat by saying, don't make promises if you can't keep them.
Oh, and Shelby also got a vision because of the divination book, where there was a vision of an older Carlisle, who is Amanda's son, looking at the divination, like another book about divination, like divination and its issues.
Yeah, that's...
Carlisle is a very troubled kid.
Yes.
His mom is a helicopter mom.
Decided that we were gonna mess with the timeline and prevent him from needing therapy.
Fingers crossed.
It may be too late for that.
Damage has already been done.
Yeah, damage has been done. I mean, helicopter parenting is too close. It's more like, you know, long-range transcontinental flight parenting. Right. Are we all ready to dive back in?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's do it. So, first question I'm going to ask is for Felix. Did you go to school today?
I believe I had a very, very important thing to do for Mr. Jones at a tree nursery around town, so, no. And he may or may not have forgotten to tell the teacher.
It's fine. I'm sure one of your parents probably realised once they got the text saying your child is not at school. They very quickly filled them in. Yeah, there's...
As soon as I come home.
Why are trees more important than school?
Because trees are living beings.
Very true. You probably don't notice anything wrong with the barrier. I'm gonna kind of say with being so engrossed in nature.
Did you say in grew?
Can I take away? It's possible to take away, you know, tokens. No, I kid. I'm not that bad. I'm not that kind of person. Yeah, no, I definitely think that you... yeah, you don't notice anything wrong. Your phone's in your pocket. You're just enjoying that time, connecting with nature. What does nature mean to Felix?
Absolutely everything. It's like the place where he can really be himself. He really loves his friends, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes you just gotta get away and just listen to what nature's gonna say to you.
Yeah,
Because the trees can't talk, you just have to listen.
Give me a DC 7 grit check.
Okay. That's gonna... with magic die or without?
Add the magic die, yeah. Because it's magical based, so.
Magic die was a d6, right?
A d4.
A d4.
Yeah, it's the caltrop dice that will definitely
Right.
hurt you if you drop it.
Okay, that's gonna be 16. I listen.
You don't need to look up to know that there's something wrong in Tanner, because the trees know that there's something wrong. It's not an obvious sign.
Oh wait, I believe I could have even more, because if I get like the highest number on the die, it explodes, right?
It explodes if it... Do you know what? Screw it. Yeah, explode it. The normal rule states if it goes over the DC, it doesn't explode. But
Okay.
but go on,
Okay,
do
sorry.
it.
Yeah, that's 3 more.
Okay.
That's like me.
It's kind of trees, especially the pine, tall redwoods and pine trees that grow around Tanner, being in the middle of a ginormous Washington State forest. A very resilient, hardy trees. It takes a lot to make these trees suffer, so to speak. But there are subtle signs of it.
Well, now it's getting personal.
Like, certain branches are starting to bend. They're all bending upwards, as if they're trying to, like, the tips are trying to reach the barrier. And the sort of resonant nature magic that runs through all things nature feels slightly off. It's kind of pulsating in and out, as opposed to being that constant flow like water. It's at that point, with that incredible roll, you realise that because the Tanner barrier has been up for so long, all the nature inside the barrier kind of resonates with the magic energy that it gives off. Kind of a bit like, in human terms, a bit like radiation almost. And now that the Tanner barrier is flickering and that magical energy is waning in and out, the trees and the flowers and the grass inside this barrier are now starting to very slowly mimic that kind of behavior. They're not dying. Definitely, not at this point. But you can extrapolate with your sort of nature specialism that if this continues, and it will take a while, it wouldn't happen overnight. It could take months, if not years, for this to really take effect. But if it did, it could start killing trees and grass and start transforming or terraforming the landscape.
Oh my. Well, we don't want that to happen, do we?
No, just shows what happens when you connect with nature. So don't forget to go out there and hug a tree, because a tree might hug back.
Oh, he definitely will.
Um,
He's driving back home in his old, kinda shabby red VW bus, and just the first tree he noticed with the branches up, he's gonna get out and start talking to the tree. And yes, a lot of people will think he's crazy. That's fine.
So this is after school. You're heading towards the Coven household to meet up for your magic lesson with your friends. You, as you're hugging this tree and talking to it and comforting it, this random tree on the street Everyone's favourite cheerleader and co just so happened to be driving the other way and notice. You see Ellie herself, our lovely blonde-haired head cheerleader, who's actually at the wheel, doesn't say anything. Doesn't really clock it. One of her friends, a brunette, sitting in the back of this kind of Lexus, half... One of those... They'd almost call them luxury saloons, almost. Not quite sports cars, but the one just lower than that. Rolls down the window and just shouts freak. And then winds the window back up.
Like, talking to the tree? Yeah, so?
And doesn't faze Felix at all. You can't quite make it out, but you can hear ever so slightly what sounds like Ellie kind of snapping a little bit as the window gets wound back up. But you can't make that out. They've already gone several meters down. The window's up.
Would I know that one of my friends likes to poke the dragon?
I think that's more for Anne to decide, but I definitely think Penny has made... In my head, Penny has made a thing of poking Ellie.
So we've decided that they've grown up together, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
entire squad. Oh yeah, no, Felix definitely knows Penny fights back. And Penny fights dirty. So yeah, she pokes the bear.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
to help recap for Bard, out of character, Ellie comes from a witch family, but she's the only one in the family who can't do magic.
Oh no.
It's a very rare occurrence to happen.
That explains why she would probably don't like me, because I'm the first cast of my family.
Yeah.
You're like the reverse Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she can't do magic. Powers do blossom until you're 18. You can be a late bloomer, but given she's only got about a year now, it's not looking particularly good for her.
I mean, some cacti never bloom and they still have beautiful plants.
Very true. You arrive at about 6:15 in the evening to the Coven household. This lovely 7-bedroom American Gothic standalone manor house that sits half on a hill, surrounded by a nice big thick brick wall, which most people think is just sandstone, but actually it's been heavily enchanted numerous times to convince people not to climb it or to enter. Because you know some teenagers, they like to trespass. And it's not good for witches if teenagers go running across their lawn and discover that they're witches. You enter through the front door and are immediately, I would imagine, greeted by your 3 school friends who have just come down the stairs after speaking amicably, shall we say, to Claire Montgomery. Amanda is still down here. She didn't leave the entrance hall when her and Claire were arguing from last time. she sees Felix enter and just does a visible ugh. And just sort of like half storms off into the dining room. Kind of not like aggressively storming off, but kind of like that diva strut that she does.
If she didn't want us around, maybe they shouldn't be teaching kids in their coven house.
Fun fact: Amanda never teaches. Even
I
the,
just-
yeah.
Shocker.
Just mean they
Shocker.
shouldn't
They shouldn't host it.
lessons in
Yeah.
the house.
No,
if she doesn't want people around.
Amanda sees the coven as her property, but it's not her property, it's the council's property. Ironically,
Do a coup.
Sorry.
she has a house more expensive than this. It's just it's a status thing for her to have this.
It's not hers to have. Funny enough.
Well, if she gets her way, the library will be a spa.
Hater.
Yeah. So yeah, she
Hate her so
storms.
much.
She storms off into the dining room, skirt billowing away, as she does. And then your friends are literally coming down the stairs that exact moment.
Quick question.
Yep.
How big is Penny? Like how tall?
She's like 5'4". Like she's not very tall. She's
You know
I don't
what that
know.
means. That means that I'm gonna pick you up and twirl you around.
she's not very tall at all. She's taller than
Yeah.
me, but not by much. Okay.
Yeah. Because Felix is pretty tall and has pretty high grid, so he's just like.
Is
gonna
he
pick
like
you.
170 centimeters or whatever? I'm trying to convert in my brain.
More like 185. Like he's a long boy.
He's
He's one of
extremely
the-
tall.
He's one of the tall, long boys who look like they never eat once in their life, and they
Concerns
disappear in
about
every hoodie.
Oh no, this guy. I love
Yeah,
them,
this guy.
but I love them, but also this guy.
Look, it's like trees. They grow as tall as they can to get the sunlight.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm quite
Sam
proud of that
twirls
one.
you out around, puts you down, Penny.
Okay,
Penny.
I am never going to get used to that. Jesus.
What?
Oh. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. They've literally like I guess when Felix had a growth spurt, they literally did that all the time. But she's just like never used to it, and she's like, "Hey, nice to see you. Where were you today?"
Oh, it was a wonderful tree nursery. Like they had all these little saplings who like had trouble to grow because like the soil wasn't right for them. And I talked to the person who owns them and the farm, and like we got some nitrate to put into the soil. And it was so nice. Question in return: what did you do to Ellie?
Didn't do anything to Ellie. Not today, anyway.
She was in a particular mood.
She's always in a mood. That's not my fault all the time.
Oh really?
Oh, it might have something to do with the play. Apparently the school is putting on the Tempest, Shakespeare. And I may have decided to audition just to annoy her.
Oh. I mean, if you want me to, I don't know, watch you rehearse all the roles and whatnot, I'm more than happy to do that.
She decided to sign up to audition for the lead of Prospero, and that was a little weird. I think the reason she's grumpy today is because I overheard her friends roasting her for it. I mean, if she wants to play the male lead, I'm not going to make fun of her for it. I am going to audition to play the daughter so I can be a pain in her butt. Yeah,
You
I don't know.
I don't know enough about Shakespeare to know what's going on with the play.
I mean, I've read it once. Can't be that hard. It's fine. I just did it because Ellie was doing it, and someone's got to keep her on her toes. Anyway, so in my defense, it wasn't me today.
Who
It
was
wasn't
it?
me today.
I look at the other two. Who was it?
Well, I didn't talk to Ellie, but I did see her practicing for the play auditions. And oh my god, if any of Ellie's friends found out.
It would be really
I mean,
unfortunate.
I think they know now. I think they know now
No,
because
they know because I overheard them at lunch. That's the reason why she was grumpy today. It wasn't even me this time.
it was her own friends.
Yeah, I
That-
would be grumpy too
yeah.
if you guys were picking on me the way they were picking on her.
Yeah.
To be fair, kind of
It's a
cool
lot of-
seeing her get a dose of her own medicine.
Not gonna
there's a
lie, I
lot
feel
of
bad
in-
sorry for her.
There's a lot of infighting in that group, and I don't even have to do anything half the time. It's really just fun to watch them snap at each other.
I know that you don't have to do anything, but you still like to so much, don't you?
It's fun when I get a chance.
Mhm. I'm not gonna
Okay.
judge you.
I feel the
wouldn't do
judgment a
it.
little bit. I
No,
feel the
if you
judgment a
wouldn't
little.
do it, then I wouldn't have like half the reason to laugh.
Look, I just feel like I am doing a service for every person Ellie has ever victimized in the 4 years that we've been in the same high school.
Well, you'd have
It's a public service. It's a public service.
you'd have
And
been
nothing
like in the
else.
same year group for, well, probably since preschool. Tanner is a small enough school that all grades go there.
I feel like that's a good point. I feel like I'm doing a service to for everyone she's ever victimized in our entire school career.
Service
It's
to
public
humanity.
service.
I see. I have a question. When I came here, the trees felt off. Something is happening here, isn't it?
Yes.
Wait, what happened to the trees?
Like, you know, like how the energy from the barrier is always resonating with them, and I don't know. It feels like
Well-
a unit, and right now it feels like this unit is getting fragile. I'm worrying.
You're familiar with the theory that everything is connected to the astral plane, right? Like all of the magical things are connected to the astral plane. Like, do you think maybe connection is off with like the trees and stuff?
It feels like, I don't know, it feels more like the barrier has always been here for years and years and years, and it feels like now that like how can I describe it? It's like if you have a nest and you have always been in the nest, and from one day to the other the nest is gone and you start freezing as a tiny bird inside. It feels like this.
Penny just looks at Maya, expecting Maya to just be like,
Just Maya's just has the stance, just like Felix. I have theories, and you have just added more to the theories.
I would love to hear your theories. By the way, I made a new batch of cookies. Do you want some?
Yes. Now here.
And he grabs into his messenger bag and takes out like a Tupperware full of cookies. This time I made them with macadamia nuts and some extra sprinkles for
Ooh.
texture.
you see Penny just one in each hand, dual wielding cookies.
Just-
Dual wielding cookies.
Jewel.
I want that like stitched on a what's it called?
like an apron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dual wield your cookies, kids. Anyway.
As you say that, as you hold as you're holding cookies, like holding cookies out to like give them out. The last one you go give to Shelby, gets intercepted. As you see, Ellie take the cookie, break it in half, and hand half of it to her older brother, who is walking in with her, who is this dark brown-haired, dark scruffy hair, chocolatey brown eyes, a bit like Felix, very much on the lanky side, lanky and tall. Not quite tall enough to be a basketball player, but definitely tall enough to be semi-athletic. Possibly track. Kind of... There's a look of disapproval as he's handed the cookie. He sort of goes,
Ellie, if
"Do
you
you
wanted a cookie,
smell
you should've
nice?"
just asked. I don't mind sharing.
Felix.
I take what I want, and I want this.
Well, it wouldn't hurt you to ask.
Ugh, whatever. Whatever.
What's the name of her brother? Do I
Her
know the
brother
name?
is called Aaron.
Thank you for the compliment, Aaron. If you want to, I can give you the recipe.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't be the person to give it to. I'd burn half the kitchen down if I tried. If I'm being totally honest. There's a reason
you
why
don't
Mum
wanna-
doesn't let me in the kitchen.
Yeah, you don't want to know how my first tries went.
But it's nice to see you all here for the lesson.
Nice to see you. too.
Yes.
I apologize wholeheartedly about my sister. She is extra spicy, shall we say, at the moment.
Oh, really? Why is that? I've noticed she's a little grumpier than usual.
Well, I don't really think I should say.
Has Ellie left?
Ellie has
Has
walked
Ellie
off.
walked away?
Ellie has kind of not stormed off, but strutted off. You notice there's almost a weird parallel in how Amanda and Ellie both walk. They both kind of have that alpha cheerleader walk. I really shouldn't say.
Yeah, I believe she's under a lot of stress.
Besides, we've
can I-
known each other for years.
And-
We've been in the same classes. You can
And-
tell. You can tell me.
Give me a DC 6 charm check.
Oh, perfect.
That's
Always
As all of
fry
this is
people with
going on, by
cookies.
the way, Shelby is just looking disappointed that she didn't get her cookie.
Cookie. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Felix
gonna
gets-
reach over. I'm gonna reach into Felix's Tupperware and hand Shelby a cookie
Yeah.
while we're watching this. While we're watching
Unfold.
Penny and Aaron
Shelly
interact.
knows Felix has like one Tupperware for the new recipes and one Tupperware with emergency cookies.
Emergency
cookies.
I rolled a. Wait, you said DC 6. I rolled a 17.
Well, it's plus 10, so it's a very, very good success. So, you know how witches get assessed when they're young to kind of like work out their magical dispositions? Well, we decided to do that again with Ellie to try and see if there's any improvements on her powers blooming.
Sounds like a great idea.
Two problems with that. The first one is because they do it as a kind of ceremonial thing, and they weren't willing to do one specifically for Ellie. She had to join in with the latest batch of 7 and 8-year-olds. And something else happened.
Bad news.
Well, the powers aren't gonna come.
Oh.
And it gets a little weirder. And you see he pulls out a notebook. So witches, as you will know anyway, are assigned a kind of power level number to kind of quantify how strong someone's connection to their magical self is. So typically it's in the range of between 20 and 100 for most witches. Council families tend to go over 100. So Amanda was 145, Claire was 190 something. She registered as a negative number.
Oh.
Oh no.
It appears that Ellie removes magic when she's nearby it.
Oh. That explains the trees. Oh.
The trees?
When I came back from the tree nursery, the trees in here felt inconsistent, like they were starting to miss something out of the atmosphere.
I don't...
Maybe I'm just reading.
Yeah, Ellie is good at that, but not that good. We've tested it. If you put a magical light next to her and you leave it there, you'll slowly watch the magical light snuff out. Bearing in mind that magical light should never snuff out.
That explains why all the pranks I did over the years never worked, because she would just drain the magic out of them and they wouldn't succeed.
I can see
For
how
her, I
that can hurt
guess.
you very much. But
So...
on the other side, I also see that puts her into a very new and unique place in Magic Society.
Do you know the word Amanda used to describe it?
Oh, do tell me.
I don't want to know, but I feel like you're gonna tell us.
Oh, I have to tell you.
I would like to know.
Oh God,
Two.
Felix.
Write it down, Maya.
And
Agent P's gonna write it down.
she said freak.
Oh, that explains why she snapped at her friend when she called me a freak.
She did what?
Yeah, one of Ellie's friends called me a freak when I was talking to the trees, and I heard her snap something back.
So
her friends
since
they don't seem very friendly towards here, don't they? Do they?
Ellie's having a identity crisis right now, and it's my belief that her friends aren't exactly the best. Unfortunately, to her, her status in high school is the only thing she does have. So she's become very fiercely guarded about anyone coming near it and threatening it.
And since most of the friends are also, well, some of them are familiar with us, if that got out, we would really... Okay.
It's fine. It's she will work it out. It's Ellie. She's a tough cookie. Literally.
Oh, excuse me. Are they tough?
Macadamia nuts I find quite hard to swallow. It's well made, but not my preference. That's nothing to take from you. I don't know. Myself, I fear she's either going to recover and come out of this stronger, or she's going to swing the other way and go off the rails.
Ooh, and we don't want an anti-witch? Or I don't know if there's a word for it.
There
who's
really
going off the
isn't.
rails.
I mean,
She's
Well,
like
we could find one.
one person, right? Like this doesn't happen all the time. I've never heard of anyone draining magic like this.
so for what I've read, it's not a common phenomenon. Obviously, abjuration magic is steeped in the idea of negating magic, like counterspell, wards to
Well-
stop people casting magic. So, and anti-magic, if we want to call it that, does exist. It just usually has to be cast. This isn't anti-magic in that kind of sense. At least that's what I'm getting. It's a...
I mean, I believe it's close enough that if we use the same words, we could close the gap a bit.
I'm an abjuration specialist.
Mhm.
I mean, I study it.
Yep.
Like, we have to. There's got to be one key element that's different. You know what I mean? Because anti-magic is just a type of abjuration magic. Then maybe there's something that's. I mean, I'm gonna hate saying this. I already hate thinking it in my mind. But maybe Ellie and I aren't that different. Ugh, that hurt to say. No offense, Aaron. Your sister is a lot. But maybe there's just something blocking her abilities, something that's warped it.
I don't think it's anything blocking her ability, if I'm being honest. You can feel your family members, like, auras. Especially when you start to get to, like, advanced astral magic. You can start to kind of see and kind of almost reveal another layer of the world. So
Doesn't have a connection.
that seems to be the impression I get. So, out of character, you know that Aaron is the premier specialist in astral magic in this generation.
Okay.
He seems to be extremely well connected to it and very sensitive to disruptions to it.
So as they're speaking, I think everybody sees when it happens, and Penny, like something clicks for Penny, and
The
she
penny
just says,
finally
Little
dropped.
moment.
and then she just says, Aaron, you notice anything weird happening lately in terms of barrier around Tanner?
The barrier? No. I can't say I have. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for. In all honesty, I've had my own problems the past, like, couple days, and I really shouldn't really say this out loud, but
And make sure you whisper.
since you're so relatable, I guess. I've been having a couple of incidences the past couple of days where everything goes black and then suddenly everything goes back to normal.
As you play,
What times
or-
of day does it usually?
He starts to rattle off a couple times this happened. You three immediately correlate them to times you watch the barrier flicker. He's also mentioned other times that you didn't know about. In the past 24 hours, the barrier has flickered 7 times. You only noticed 3.
I'm Maya's just gonna be like, we saw some stuff at the same time that you had your blackouts, and there's definitely something wrong with the barrier, and clearly you have some connection to it, because when the barrier cracked, we saw that it was not the sky, but it was what seemed to be the astral plane.
The astral.
Yeah, it was black, starry sky. It wasn't.
I need to go and read something. You've just given me an idea. Look, I'm gonna miss magic class. I need to go to the library. Go
It's
We'll
okay.
cover for you.
look after Ellie.
I'll-
In the best way you
That's
can.
Okay.
There's something you said about the astral planes. Something. I read something about it. I just need to go check that I'm quoting it correctly.
Just like puts a hand on like his arm. I don't know how tall he is, so she probably
About
older.
6'1".
Yeah, so she just kind of puts her hand on his arm and says, "Blackouts, though. Are you okay? Seriously?"
They're not blackouts in the sense of I lose consciousness. It's everything around me goes black.
That sounds concerning. Maybe you should talk to someone about that. Probably not. Probably not Amanda.
It's fine. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go and investigate if you don't mind.
I'll cover for you.
Thanks.
It's fine.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll very quickly. Ooh, poor Aaron. As he goes up the stairs, he's walking normally up. Then all of a sudden, he trips. Doesn't see the step, just walks if he can't see the step, and just sort of walks into the stairs. And then, like a second later, he kind of... It's weird. He doesn't react. He sort of walks into the steps, falls over, doesn't react, and then, like a second later, realizes he's fallen over and has a delayed reaction. So he puts his arms out to stop it, even though it's already happened.
Can Maya look out a window and see if anything happened to the barrier?
Oh, easily. It's flickering.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I will say, because Maya is definitely the type that would be writing down every time that Aaron mentioned, they're getting faster.
Oh, fun. Okay.
They're happening now on average every 2 hours.
Okay.
Lasting for anything up to 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. He said
I
to
go
look
up and
out.
help him up.
This is the first time Felix has probably seen it.
Yeah.
The usually pinky purplish haze of the barrier gives way for a brief second, and what should be a normal blue evening sky is replaced with this kind of dark, inky black void.
Oh no.
But it,
Like without the stars of the astral plane?
without the stars of the astral plane.
Oh, double no.
So you do know that the astral plane is a very strange place because it takes many forms. The astral plane can actually change its form based on the user that is standing in it. Quite a few people who have died and appeared in the astral plane have reported arriving at what appears to be a train station.
Well, I wonder what the astral plane would look like to someone who is eating up magic around them. I go and help Aaron up and give him one of my 3 emergency cookies. They are double chocolate.
Double
chips.
chocolate.
I know it will not help a lot, but tough life with a cookie is better than tough life without a
I
cookie.
am going to say you don't have to roll for this because I noticed that the kid system is quite bad at doing perception style rolls. So without using brains for everything, you notice. Actually, roll me your magic die. Just your magic die. So your D4.
4. So
Nice.
it would explode?
Yeah, explode it. Why not?
3.
There's 7.
So 7.
You notice
Felix having a roll after spending time in nature. Everything's fine.
when you grab him to help him up and lift him back up, you can look into his eyes for a moment. For a brief moment, his eyes are entirely black.
Oh.
And then they come back. And you notice that the pupils in his eyes are slightly bigger than they were before.
Aaron, may I try something? I promise it will not hurt you.
Okay. Yes.
Takes out his phone and puts the flashlight on and shines the light into his eyes.
The light doesn't reflect back.
Oh! Okay, this is his reaction.
Hmm?
Okay. Aaron?
Did you shine a light at me? Is that
Yes.
you?
And your eyes didn't shine back.
I didn't see the light.
You didn't see the light of my phone. Oh. This is worrying.
Can he see normally?
I can see normally.
I
Penny
tried
is
again.
against the wall, near where the stairs is, just
Mm.
observing this. And she looks worried and confused at the same time, whatever that expression would look like.
Felix
So
tries again. Does it change anything?
no, so
Okay.
his point of view, what he sees is basically an abnormal phone just put up to his face like that. Like the torch doesn't come on.
So, at my phone, the flashlight is currently on.
The
and
second
what
you move it
happened-
away from his eyes, he can see it.
Yeah.
So if you took it to the wall,
Ah.
he can see it on the wall. The second you twist it to him, he can't see it.
As an information to you, when I just helped you up, your eyes
Mhm.
were entirely black, and the blackness got into your pupils and made them a tiny bit bigger. Yes. Do you want a cookie?
I think you're gonna need them more. I really need to go. And you see he kind of breaks into a almost sprint up the stairs towards the library. Probably not wise, given that, you just lost your vision for a minute and tripped up the stairs, but he's now moving like 2 or 3 steps at a time. Now,
Felix would turn to the group and would be like, so didn't Ellie just say I take what I want and I don't ask for it?
Yeah. Okay.
What does that
Well, I
have to do?
believe she does that in more than one way.
Do you think
What?
she's draining her brother's magic?
He's the person next to him, next to her.
That's not good.
Nope. And I believe she could also be draining the berry.
Okay, but the barrier is like huge, like ancient magic that's been around forever, and she's just one person. Unless there are
How much
multiple
magic
people
did-
who can
How much
Who can
magic
do
did
this?
you use in all the years you have magic?
I mean, if
Well,
Ellie could drain Aaron's magic, and Aaron has a connection to the astral plane, it's not a far off reach to think that Ellie could also mess with the barrier.
yeah, okay, but we all have connections to the astral plane. Aaron's is
She doesn't.
more powerful, but okay, it's fine. But didn't he just say that there's like zero indication of magic? Like the magic that she drains, where does it go? She doesn't absorb it, it just disappears into nothingness?
Where
Maybe
does the
she
magic
also
come
has
from?
a focus like we do.
Maybe
she's collecting it?
Yeah, but as far as I know, she doesn't act like she has magic. She doesn't do anything that we do. So, like, if this is happening, maybe it's not even on purpose.
I don't believe it's on purpose. I actively do not believe it's on purpose. By the way,
Okay.
Shelley, here's your cookie. Sorry, it's not macadamia. I know you like nuts.
Penny still has a second cookie. She's dual wielding cookies. She's just like, here's my cookie, my
Mhm.
extra cookie if you want it. She's just stress eating the one that she's eating on her right hand. I guess now would be a bad time to ask him out on a date. I refuse to let my senior year finish without getting at least one date. And she just walks off and heads towards class. Like, she's trying to put off an air that she doesn't care. Just like very inappropriate comment of like she's just trying to act like she doesn't care, if she doesn't feel bad for Ellie or whatever. She just walks off to class with the intention of covering for Aaron.
Shelby.
Is it by age group, by the way, the classes, or is it just everybody in one
It's
class?
everybody who is of age for taking classes. So we're doing from ages 14 to 18.
Like, okay, so it's not like separated into like
No,
year
the
groups or
the
anything.
Cova doesn't have the resources to like teach to like that kind of granular level, like
Sure.
a traditional school. Shelby. The actions have consequences, Shelby. You still have that book in your backpack.
I do. Both of them.
Oh yes, because you also stole the forbidden book you shouldn't have stolen. You keep getting this nagging feeling in the back of your mind that you should check the book again.
Okay.
It's the same kind of it's an intrusive thought that starts off pretty quiet, and the more you ignore it, the louder the intrusive thought gets.
I feel like
Open
the
the
entire
book,
time
Shelby.
The entire time that conversation went on, and with Aaron tripping and everything,
Mm.
I think Shelby would have just been looking like drifted off with her mind on the book, and like considering it because it's very tempting to open the book right here, but it's also a book she shouldn't have taken. So you just see Shelby debating like whether she should open it or not. And I guess what she would do is hint at Maya like, "Hey, should we maybe go outside for a minute?" Yeah, let's go. And she would just try to walk off with Maya to have a
we're gonna
look at
sneak
the
off
book.
quickly.
Okay. So while Penny and Felix are dealing with Aaron, playing flashlight bingo, Maya and Shelby step out onto their front porch. I'm guessing you get the book out and start flicking through. To start with, it's just the standard divination textbook like it was last time. Until you flick halfway through again, and it changes. This time, it has an asterisk at the top, which kind of suggests that this is an addendum to what you were told before. And it says, when the eyes go blind and the ears go deaf, freedom will come. And again, just like the last paragraph, it repeats itself on every single page.
Okay.
Freedom to who?
Give me a DC 6 brains check. And Maya can do this as well, since you're both looking at the book.
Is it magic?
It's magic, yes. Please feel free to add your magic die.
Okay. DC, I
Alright.
don't care.
I want a number.
11.
11.
So I have to add the D4 as
Yep,
well?
add the D4.
And I have a +1 in magic, so I guess I add that as well
Yep.
for the brains.
D4. I have to add a D4 too. Oh, shoot. Hold on then.
That is an
I forgot
8
about that.
total.
11. So, wait, 10 plus 1, 11. 11 plus 2
Okay.
is 13.
13. Okay, so you keep flicking through this book, page after page after page after page after page, like vigorously checking. I think Maya more than anyone else, because Maya is very focused on this, looking for anything on a page that might be different. And you spot it as you're flicking through. One page is different. It has the same paragraph, except it has a small drawing on it. It's very bad art.
Okay.
Almost as if it's been scribbled in.
Okay.
You can see a magic circle
Okay.
with what looks like an Aaron lying on the ground next to it. His eyes have been like
Next
scratched.
to it or in it?
Next to it. His eyes have been like scratched quite heavily with the ink to suggest that he can't see.
Okay.
In the middle stand two children.
Okay.
One of them looks like Carlisle, and another one looks like another kid that you know is in the same year group as Carlisle, and is one of his schoolmates, as a fellow magic user, called Lucas, who, fun fact, is blind and uses astral magic to see.
Uh-huh. Okay.
They are standing in this circle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't quite make out their kind of emotion or like their intentions from it. It's a very hastily done drawing. It looks like, because you both did so well, it looks like a ritual circle. You know that much. It's a ritual cast. Ritual casting is special because ritual casting allows a witch to cast a spell of magnitude stronger than they could do on their own by essentially storing magical energy and releasing it in a single burst. They can take time to set up. Some of the stronger spells can require you to do the same thing for a year, every day at the same time before it becomes active. From the runes and the magic circle around it, the ritual circle, you can't tell what the effect is.
Okay.
Normally, you can tell a spell by looking at the kind of markings around the circle. It's usually a dead giveaway.
Right.
This seems to be scribbles that you can't quite make out. It's half of it is abjuration, half of it is enchantment. There's divination in there. It's like someone took all the magical runes that you ever use, put them into a blender, and just kind of like span them all together and spat them out.
Okay.
But just as quick as you see it and you clock it and you look at it, it goes. And on the next page, you just see a marking that says, "Oops, shouldn't have shown you that."
Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh no.
Who's talking to us? Can I recognize the handwriting?
It's illegible. It's kind of like, it's readable, but it doesn't match anyone you know, and it's almost as if every letter is slightly different. It's almost as if, Maya, it's not one person trying to talk to you, it's many people trying to talk to you.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh
Oh no.
no.
Maya's got a magic theory.
I do, but I don't know.
So, with the vision that Shelby had with the last time, like the last paragraph, it was Carlisle looking for a book about how divination magic, what to do when it fails? Was he with another person in that vision?
Carlisle was looking... He was on his own. Carlisle was looking for a book about what to do when spirit divination goes wrong.
Okay.
How do you help someone who can't control spirits trying to help them divine?
Okay. Yeah, Shelby's just gonna think about this image. I
The
guess...
only problem with your theory is the Carlisle that's holding that book is much older than the Carlisle now. The Carlisle that Maya's seen in the book with you is about 7.
So
About
same
now.
age he is right now.
Yes. Whereas the Carlisle you saw was about 20 odd, about early 20s.
Maya's only theory right now, like it just out of character in what's happening in Maya's head right now. The only reason that there would be multiple people showing something, like the only multiple people thing, for some reason Maya's just getting called back to like the basement being locked and maybe trying to get out of there.
Shelby's just all for the basement discovery, honestly. Shelby just wants to see the basement. But
Because we don't know
let's
too much
just
about
keep that
Lucas.
as a theory for now.
I love theories. I'm here for them. Any outlandish theory you have, I'm all here for.
What is so abjuration magic is like the barrier magic.
Yeah, so abjuration magic is magic that focuses on protecting and dispelling magic. Specifically, it is the only class of magic that has no way of being offensive. It's the only art that is fully defensive. Even divination has some offensive elements to it. Hence why Amanda is extremely infuriated that Carlisle can only cast abjuration magic. He can never, in theory, Carlisle can never fight back. He can disarm you, he can stop you from using magic, he can never actually use magic to fight back.
Alright. And Carlisle and Lucas were standing up and Aaron was
Standing
lying
up,
down.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would Lucas be at magic class as well?
He wouldn't be at the same class as you. So they do, the only split they do is they have a lower class for kind of like, almost like magical preschool. Like kind of a place to kind of explore basic magic. So Lucas is probably around the house somewhere. If you'd like to go and have an explore before lesson.
Is lower school like basically the ones like before the age of 13 where they could potentially start showing magic?
Yeah, so the lower class is essentially anyone who's been assessed upwards, so 7 to 13. They don't actually look like cast magic. They tend to focus on teaching control. The idea being that you already know how to control your power when it comes in at 13, because that can be a very rough ride if you don't know how. So they don't meet as often as you, because you can't really control too much when you actually don't have the magic there to begin with. But they do the basics.
Alright. Shelby would just look at Maya and be like, should we try and go to Lucas? Let's just inform the others first. That first of all. This is problem number 2.
Yeah. The eyes go blind and the ears go deaf. Freedom will come. What freedom? From what? The barrier? His mom?
Freedom from his mother.
Are you confirming? Or are you just repeating what I said?
I'm just repeating what you said. I mean, I could be confirming.
Okay.
I'm not confirming or denying anything.
Oh, okay.
I love it because I get to say I can neither. I get to the really cheesy. I can neither confirm nor deny.
I hate this.
There really should be a disclaimer at the bottom of this saying that anything the hedge says cannot be taken at face value, and canon should be questioned.
I guess.
Goodness.
Yeah. Let's go back to the others and just let them know about this.
That there's an addition to what we
There's
did
another
before.
problem.
Yeah, there's a smaller problem.
Three problems is a catastrophe.
Facts.
It just compounds.
Welcome
Just
to our
add more.
compounding problems.
Starting with Amanda. Okay.
Yeah, but I always imagined that Amanda was just a consistent problem. We don't even think about it
No,
anymore.
she's just
We
a
just
consistent factor now. She's just
Oh,
a
Jesus
consistent
Christ.
factor within these problems. That's gotta be the new theory.
So I will elaborate on Amanda a little bit, and you can take this at face value. I'm telling the truth. Amanda has become very obsessed since Carlisle's birth about finding a way for Carlisle to gain more magical power in an attempt to try and wean another magical school into him. Now,
Question: Who's Carlisle?
Carlisle is
Amanda's
Amanda's son.
And
Wait,
Amanda is
that's
the
Ellie's
bitch
family.
who doesn't teach at the school.
Yes.
Yes.
Amanda is the head of the coven, and since Tanner is the head of all covens, that makes her the kind of witch of all witches. Basically,
She's a witch.
she is
Oh!
obsessed. She is obsessed with vanity and lineage, and Carlisle politely is a threat to said lineage. In her eyes, anyway, the fact that he can. So again, for Bard, Carlisle had his screening a bit like how Ellie did. He can only cast abjuration magic. It's quite a rare condition that you can only cast a singular school of magic, but he can. On the flip side of that, he can cast it at levels far beyond what a normal witch could ever do.
May I ask a question about that?
Yeah?
Abjuration magic was the shield magic, right?
Yes, it's the barrier. The
Just
barrier is
asking.
abjuration. Is a
Just asking.
yeah.
And they were like, and Ella was like in the part of the family, wasn't she?
So Ellie is part of a different family.
Okay.
So Amanda only has one son, which is Carlisle. She tried for a second child after Carlisle and couldn't. So she is now firmly stuck with Carlisle.
This child is defective. I must have another.
All the
that
kids.
kind of is her approach. I need another child.
All the kids
That-
of like the council
Mhm.
people
Yes.
are like, they have very like cool names, but yeah, they're all kind of the same age apparently. So you have
Yes.
Amanda's son Carlisle, Claire Montgomery's son, daughter Lilith, and then the Macmillans' daughter Serena. And the Montgomerys
Carlisle-
are the founders of the town.
Yep.
And they're the ones who kind of put the barrier up in the first place.
Jesus,
And how
why?
old is Carlisle?
7.
Carlisle's 7.
So he's around the area now where he would start to get, like,
He's in like
start
second
to
grade.
show magical stuff.
Yeah, around 7 is when your connection to the astral plane, if that's where magic truly comes from, starts. And then it grows and grows and grows until you hit 13, and then it explodes, and you can finally cast magic.
And Bart will remember that.
Yes. If you ever want any other Laurie questions, just feel free to throw them. I am more
Okay,
than
thanks.
happy to help you fill in the blanks that you may know but not know. As you two go in to speak to the rest of the group, I'm going to say that's probably going to be the best time to take our break. Then we'll come back and resolve whatever this is,
Another problem.
another problem to add to the list of problems. But what I'm loving so far is that every time I give you a little bit of lore, one of you has that click moment and goes, "That's the key," and pulls another red line across the board.
We're
So
all just Charlie
I've
Day,
connected
just-
the dots. You didn't connect it. I connected them.
If you destroy my nerdy boyfriend before I get to romance him, I won't forgive you.
You have to talk to
That's
Carlisle
okay,
and Lucas
he's not-
about that, not us.
Better romance
I'm
him
a-
now.
I'm gonna go punt a 7-year-old.
You do that.
No.
Right, we are going to be back in about, we'll say 10 minutes.
I don't know if Bard's seen the link. I know all the lore about grown-up Carlisle. I'm going to get to wipe him out of existence at the age of 7.
No. We will not kill a child.
Kidding. I'm
Okay, guys. I'm gonna be
Halfway.
gone for a small bio break
Yes, so
because
yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Have fun. We'll see you then. Bye. Bye.
bye.
okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good break. Hope you had a good hydrate, good walk around. Click the old joints. Because I'm old now. My knees click whenever I get up now. It's all downhill from here. Right. I think we'll pick up right where we left off with Shelby and my walking back into the household after having their revelation from the book. I'm guessing Shelby puts the book straight back in the bag.
You know, that thing ain't showing in that house.
Ooh. Give me a
Oh, no.
DC 12 flight check.
A flight
Can
check?
Flight,
Can I
yes.
help Shelby?
Oh, Lord.
Can I
I
try
have
to
a
help
D8 on
Shelby
that.
by like shielding?
Yeah, I'll say that. Oh, I mean, the dice ran away anyway. That's how fast the flight is. It's gone.
I'll take another. I don't know where that went.
Can probably
Just
use
flew out the table.
resolve tokens.
Yes, you could.
City tokens, sorry.
That is a 4.
Oh no. That's terrible.
Do you know what? I'll let you roll again, and we'll say that that's the action of Maya helping you.
Yay.
Okay. Let's hope. Hope and pray. That's a 1. So that makes 5.
As you're walking in, Claire is walking down the stairs. And from her elevated position, looking through the door, she can see you putting the book back in your bag. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't even walk over to any of you. She simply just walks off towards the kitchen.
Okay.
And we see her, like, having seen our...
You
Right?
you know she knows. Her eyes make it. Claire is a woman who can say 1,000 things just by looking at you.
Oh, no.
She's not angry. She's not like furious that you lied about having the book. Because to be honest, she kind of deep down knew that you were trying to charm her. These adults are pretty powerful adults. But she gives a kind of in the only way I can kind of describe it as a fuck around and find out kind of look.
I mean, we already established that anyway with the tarot cards. So.
Yeah, like it's very much. It's not even like aggressive. It's a warning kind of thing. It's a warning stare of be careful what you mess with.
Shelby will not.
Yep, and then you two are straight back into the atrium or the opening hall with Penny and Felix.
Yeah, so the first thing Shelby will do is just rely everything we've figured out outside to both Felix and to Penny. Just kind of make it clear that yeah, we're at 2 strikes now for this. 3 marks a problem.
Hey, wait. Right. I mean, I think we can upgrade to a prop, and she gestures in the direction of the staircase where Aaron went up. You know. I mean,
On the other hand, if we already have 2 strikes, maybe we shouldn't miss the lesson.
Mm.
That
Fine,
would
I
be
have to go.
wise. Mary, the person who takes the lessons, Mary would give you another look. She's another say 1,000 words with a look kind of woman.
Mary?
Mary, yes, that is
The
that is who's. She's a fellow witch, around Amanda's age, about 4 or so years younger. Part of Amanda's generation, essentially. Not a council family. Just a regular witch.
Old people, run!
What's her last name?
Price.
Cool. She's our teacher. Okay.
Yep. She's the one teaching you today, because your lesson is alchemy.
Fun.
And she is, as much as Amanda hates to admit it, the best alchemists currently around. All the potions you find in the household are of her making normally. She's very passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
To her, it's an art form.
So I have a question then,
Yep.
because Ellie doesn't have magic,
Mhm.
so she doesn't have a neat magic class. Why is she in the Coven House today?
Because, despite not
The-
blooming yet, she is still entitled to go to magic lessons. You don't have to. And Ellie is a very patchy student. Sometimes she'll come to lessons, sometimes she won't.
She presently at lessons.
No, she is currently sitting out on the back porch with what looks like some form of shake, and is just sitting there on her own, sipping it while looking out at the rose gardens.
Better go to class, but could I go outside and talk to Ellie?
Penny, don't be. She doesn't know that we know.
I know. She'll nod.
I trust you.
It's okay. How do I know how her relationship is with her brother? Are they close, or do they just hate each other?
They're fairly close. The Miller family are quite tight-knit, in terms of, relationships with each other. There's no, tension there.
Okay.
She generally comes here because her brother is here. Most of the time. After
Okay.
school, they're a little bit inseparable.
That's fair. So I'm going. Penny is slowly starting to have a change of heart. So she goes to, because Aaron said, oh, look out for Penny, and
Mm-hmm.
literally Aaron could, she's just like, okay, I'll do it because Aaron asked me to.
The butterflies.
Yeah, and for class, she'll just go and say, I go speak to Ellie. She'll clear her throat to announce her presence and go, hey.
Hey? Shouldn't you be doing some sort of hocus pocus shit?
Yeah, and I'll get around to it. Anyone who's ever been my teacher knows that sometimes I get the zoomies and I have to run it out. Don't worry about that part. I know we're not exactly friendly, but I also know that you're really close with your brother, and like you should know something's a little off with him. I don't know what it is, but I saw him go up a stairs, lose his balance. And I know you guys are close, so I thought maybe you'd want to know if something was up with your brother.
I know.
Okay.
We've
Has
talked.
okay.
You see that she's as she's like sipping this milkshake, she's trying to hide badly a book. Before Maya gets too excited, it's a copy of the Tempest. She's kind of like trying to disguise the fact that she's reading it.
I also couldn't help but overhear that your friends were being jerks about, and she gestures at the book that she's seen.
It's fine. I have enough dirt on them. If they want to start slinging, I can sling back far worse. And you see she opens her handbag, and there is the proverbial typical naughties burn book in there. A dossier of every bit of slander and gossip that she's collected on everyone in school.
Wow, you are impressive and thorough. I'd hate to imagine what you've got on me in that book. Besides the point, though, I wanted to check in on you, and then she pauses and she says, I'm auditioning too, so if you want to like run lines or whatever.
With you?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I'm already taking a reputational dent by going for the role. Why would I stab myself twice and take a second hit by being associated with you? Willingly.
Good question. Why did you sign up in the first place, and why audition for the male leading role?
Give me a DC 10 charm check.
All right, here we go. Sorry,
What?
my computer can't go away, like I can't plug it in.
No,
okay,
no,
I'm moving. It's fine. All right, here we go. 10, you say?
Yep.
$15.
She doesn't have to say it out loud, because you can read her body language and you kind of know. You know enough about the Tempest as Penny. Prospero can cast magic. By playing Prospero, she can finally pretend that she can use magic.
Yes. I'm auditioning for the role of Ariel. If I get that role and you get Prospero, we're going to be spending a lot of time together anyway, so give it a thought.
Wait.
that was a nice chat.
I think
I
you ought
had
to
no
get
i-
going.
I had no idea you already knew about your brother's whole situation. I was just trying to be nice.
Does my brother even notice you?
We had a real nice conversation earlier. What do I see in the reaction?
A kind of taken back, aghast kind of, why would he?
She basically does this, and
As you walk away from all this, the last sentence that Ellie says, and she makes sure you're walking away so you can't walk back into this because she has to have the last word. Well, he always seems to have quite a fab time with that Lana girl at the arcade.
who is this Lana? Do I know
Lana
her?
is
I
a
probably
senior.
heard-
It's a fellow senior.
Do I have problems with her? Checks.
No, Lana is a relatively honor roll student.
She's also she does her best to not react, and then goes to class. There is a note that lands.
Do you stop for a second?
No, I keep
No.
going. I power walk to class, and then when everybody sees Penny, there's like a moment where she just pulls like her notebook and starts ripping like little notes to everyone that just says, I tried to be nice. Ellie is over. And then at the bottom says, and then at the bottom in smaller letters it says, "Do we like Lana?" Question mark. And then
Takes the note, gives you an emergency cookie.
I'm really loving these emergency cookies.
Are they just
if I'm
chocolate?
sticking around with this double chocolate chip.
Perfect.
I mean, if I'm sticking around with this group, I positively need them.
You absolutely do.
Okay. So class for alchemy is the back of the household in like a converted annex, adjacent, like addended onto the manor. Has massive bay windows, huge round double door to the outside courtyard. Very classic kind of wooden floor, several cauldrons dotted in the place. There's not many of you today. There's only about 12 of you, all in all. Mary is the sort of light brown haired woman, very thick southern Carolinian accent. I am not going to attempt it. I can't do it. The last time I tried, my friends gave me this look of horror on their face, like I clearly had like caused a problem, and I don't want to get cancelled for you know, offending the South.
Question:
Yes.
Does alchemy include kitchen magic?
Yeah. Kitchen magic
Okay,
is part of alchemy.
What's the name of the teacher again?
Mary.
Felix fucking loves Mary.
To
Like
be honest, quite a lot of people like Mary. Firstly, because Mary is one of the very few people who will go toe to toe with Amanda just for the sake of going toe to toe with Amanda.
I love her even more.
I also love her.
They regularly go toe to toe, so much that when when Mary was pregnant with her kid, Amanda tried sending her out on missions still, up to the point where, like, she as I said, Amanda is evil. She has beef with Mary, and it's very deep. But they do not get on. Mary's continued existence is enough to vex Amanda. And that is a badge that Mary wears with a lot of pride. And southern charm.
Amazing.
Let me guess. Every time she talks about Amanda, she uses the phrase, bless her heart.
Yeah. It's a very bless your heart.
I love her so much.
She has brought her son in to the lesson today. So
How old is this kid?
8 or 9. About a year older than Carlisle and Lilith.
Punchable age. No kidding.
So you'll know from basic Tanner history, Mary
So
is a single
She even got
mother.
pregnant before Amanda.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And I guess her child isn't one school of magic only.
No.
Oh.
Amanda must hate that child.
For reasons in the other role play, yes, Amanda hates that child. So yeah, she's a single mother, who has to raise her child. So Miles, which is the little kid, black-haired, half American, half Korean kid, is usually present in lessons. His nickname is Hurricane, because, well, whenever he's around, there's usually a mess. And even now, as Mary is getting everyone to settle around and get around cauldrons and pay attention, you've got this little 8-year-old kid running around loops around the group, trying to play like a really bad game of Duck Duck Goose with people, but obviously he can't reach up to people's heads. So he's like touching their back and then running to the next person and touching their back and then touching someone else's back. And then when no one pays them attention, they start trying to climb one of the cabinets. And you just sort of see Mary starts talking casually about what you're going to be doing today and just walks over to the cabinet without even stopping or saying anything and just grabs Miles. Pulls him into like a half hug for a moment while still talking and picking up a ladle, and then puts him back down to continue the triad of trying to contain Miles and his hurricane-esque energy. You would also know that it's not uncommon knowledge. Miles and Carlisle are best friends. And have been since about the age of 3. Once again, to the utter disdain and hatred of his mother. Well then, kids, today we are going to be learning about confidence potions. Potions that can alter your perception of reality and give you a improved but ultimately false sense of confidence. They are extremely useful when you want to do something that would normally scare you. But we're also going to learn its contradiction. So contradictions in alchemy are potions that are the reverse effect. So if a confidence potion makes you more confident, its contradiction is a insecurity potion that would make you extremely insecure if you consumed it. Now, as you all know, I don't really approve of using potions that can alter your emotional and mental states. However, they do have uses on the battlefield and uses out there in the real world. So, yes, Felix?
Is there a way to use an insecurity potion without harming anyone? Like, is there a constructive use of it?
It very much depends on the person. A person who is very rational could use a insecurity potion, consume it, and be able to get something constructive out of it. If their personality is more explosive or more emotionally charged, then they tend to take the effects of the potion more to heart and can be much more unpredictable when consuming it. The same goes for confidence as well. Any potion that you give to someone, or food if you want to embed it into food, is only as strong as the emotional state of the person who consumes it. Giving a confidence potion to someone in distress, in a pinch, can create some real strong senses of confidence. But it won't last long, and there will be a very heavy swing. Likewise, if you give to someone who's more rational and more reserved, you might not even notice the difference. But there is a difference there. Now, most people who brew these kind of potions aren't that savvy with them. Once the potion wears off, the person will know that they've been manipulated. However, there are some really good potion brewers out there. And it is possible to create variants of this with enough time and practice and patience where you couldn't tell if you were under the effects of it or being under the effect of it. As per usual, my normal disclaimer: don't use this for any kind of short-term gain. You are teenagers, you are unpredictable, you are petty. These potions do not help you solve your problems.
Want to know what you are, Mary?
Maya, under her
You're
breath,
damn
is like,
right.
right? So it helps solve some of our problems.
I have a question. Is Lana's magical, correct? Like, is she magical?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is she in class?
No.
Huh. Okay. I was gonna yeet a note at her head.
No.
Oh.
I was a teenager once.
She's skipping class.
And who's skipping class?
Or magic lessons. Lana. If she's not in class, she's skipping class. It's fine.
I mean, these classes aren't compulsory. I can't.
It's true, but she's not around.
What do you want to do? Wave a wand and pull her back?
No, I was going to write a note to her.
Why
That's
were
fine.
you? Why were you going to write a note to her? I get the feeling that this is going to not be a good thing, and I'm about to get pulled into some kind of petty drama.
I mean, it probably is, but it's fine. If she's not there, I'll find an opportunity later.
Do you really want an opportunity, though? Will it actually help you if you do this? Or is it just your short-term brain telling you that you'll get satisfaction if you do this?
It's an innocent question. It wasn't supposed to cause drama.
It's fine.
You make
as you're-
assumptions about my motivation. Excuse me, sir.
Penny Chase, I have been around you long enough to know that you are a girl who wears her heart on her sleeve.
Okay, that's fair. Right, I was just scanning the room for Anna. If she's not there, I'm not
That's
gonna
fine.
push it.
Well, I wouldn't push it either with her. That's just my advice. You're free to
do it.
disregard it. I know you'll disregard it, but I've said my piece. What you do with it is up to you.
The GM's like, I highly caution you against it.
Wait, isn't it like I thought you were talking as Mary?
Yes, I was.
Oh,
She's
she's not in class. Okay, it's fine. I just wanted to ask her a question.
As you're having this conversation about throwing notes and the futility of being a petty teenager, Miles is trying to climb into one of the empty cauldrons.
Can I help him?
You can help him if you want
I
to.
was just gonna help him. I was just like,
Yeah, you sort of help him in. Is like a metallic thud as Miles now enters it.
You just yeet a whole child into the
I
cauldron?
didn't yeet it. I helped him.
Nao's watching as he's trying to pretend that the cauldron's possessed. And is like trying to knock it left and right. It's like, ooh, look, it's wiggling on its own. He hits it too.
Can I make it so that like there's like little sparkles or like steam coming out of it?
Give me a DC 4 charm check, and you can add your magic dice onto the spell.
Magic dice is the
D4.
D4.
Yeah.
Okay. This is.
I have a strength that if I spend an adversity token to help someone else, it counts as 2.
Who? Okay, so someone else has taken that power. Fantastic. That was the bane of my existence during Beings in Space.
Yeah.
I got I'm sorry. 8.
I also have
9. I got a 9.
I also have the ability that when I gain an adversity token, I actually gain 2.
Okay.
Farm.
Support, like I say, it's farming.
Farming tokens.
So, yeah, you make these little like little magical effects come out of the cauldron as it's being rattled to and fro. Miles pushes too hard on one side and it comes off its stand. And the very heavy metal pewter cauldron sort of like smacks onto the wooden floor with a kind of like a doing noise. And you sort of see Miles crawl out holding his ears because obviously it reverberated inside. Mary breaks looking at Penny for a second and looks at Miles, like picks him up again. It's like, what am I going to do with you? And like puts him down on a chair and pulls out a book. It's like, read this.
And he just says, I mean, he reminds me of me a little bit, and I turned out fine.
Did you?
You see Mary just sort of like gives a light laugh. I was like, oh, bless your heart.
Funny.
So over the next like 20-40 minutes or so, Mary takes you through the process of brewing a confidence potion and how to make it a contradiction and make it an insecurity potion. They're not too difficult. Mary is an extremely good teacher at this and extremely patient. So that is now something you can do. If you like, you can choose one of the two and bottle it for yourself. Or you can just put them all away and not walk away with one. That is entirely up to you.
I would take a confidence potion.
Okay.
Mm. I'm thinking
like,
about it.
Are we allowed to, or would it be like sneaky?
You're allowed to. Mary
Okay.
has no issue with you taking what you make.
I'm gonna take an insecurity potion.
Okay. So one confidence, one insecurity.
Maya is gonna take. Maya's gonna take a confidence potion.
Okay. Is Shelby going to take one?
Shelby is debating it because it wouldn't be as useful to her, I think. I feel like Shelby is confident enough not to take one of those, and the insecurity potions she wouldn't really use. I think she will just leave it in class.
Elect not to take it. That's fair enough. Quite a few people don't. She dismisses the class.
Wait, I as a player do have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Does Felix now know how to dilute the potion to put to spread the effect into a whole batch of cookies? So a cookie is just like a teeny tiny confidence potion.
Yeah, I'd say that Felix is probably quite adept at that anyway. The idea of potion reduction.
Okay.
So yeah, you can if you want to make it into cookies, into confidence cookies.
Whoever.
Um,
It's hilarious. Learn a lot about the characters who have taken a potion versus the one that didn't. Which one they took.
As Mary dismisses the class, and you're the last group left, because
Did it never make it to class? He said he was just
no,
going
Aaron never arrived. Now, as you are bottling your potions, because you're the last group to leave, because you're there bottling them, you see through the huge bay windows the barrier flicker again. Only for a second. Very short one, this one. But it does happen.
Mary,
Mm-hmm.
did you notice that?
Notice what?
Something
barrier?
outside.
The barrier. And you sort of see that she looks... Can't really see anything wrong with it. It's like, no, it looks like the barrier. That annoying hue. But...
It's been acting really strange lately, and we were hoping other people would have noticed it.
I'll be honest, I have my hands full with this little tyke. So I don't really have time to look at the sky and daydream.
What would happen if the barrier fell?
If the barrier fell? Well, in theory, nothing immediately would happen. It just means that anyone who tried to get in that had nefarious intentions would just be able to walk on through. Although, it's not like it hasn't been tried before.
What would happen if the astral plane was leaking into the world?
If the astral plane was like, oh god, that's advanced. That's advanced magic. That's a little bit beyond
I'm just curious. I was just
I
reading
mean,
about
I
it,
suppose in theory it would. It could consume the Earth in theory. Or the energy from the merging could create a ginormous explosion. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about astral magic. It's a field that I don't really pay much attention to. I'm just here to make potions and enchant people and make the mundane forget that they saw anything magical when one of you decides it's a good idea to use magic at school. So Mary is an extremely powerful enchantment witch. Her primary job outside of potion making is helping to conceal the identity of witches in Tanna. So she is very, very good at the memory wipe spell and the spell to rewrite people's memories. So she spends a lot of time dealing with unruly teenagers and undoing their mistakes. To the point where she's become a pretty regular friend with most of the Tanner Police Department. She gets Christmas cards now. Because she's there that often to make them forget that, like, all they remember is that there's this really nice woman who's always in the station saying hi and bringing coffee. What they don't remember is she's there to make them forget that someone thought getting on their broom and just going down the high street was a quick shortcut to get home. But that's Mary's kind of like wheelhouse of a job.
Mary? I know you have a lot to do, and most of it is fixing the mistakes of us. And I know your son, even though he's a lovely young boy, can be quite a handful. Still, you feel like one of the adults we can talk to.
Okay.
If we need you, can we come to you?
Of course you
feel
can.
like there's something really odd?
I can't promise to answer any questions, but I can listen.
That's more than enough.
Why? What's on your mind?
We're just really worried about this barrier situation, honestly, and I think
If the barrier's having problems, then I'm sure the Montgomerys will know about it. And Claire may not be Cordelia, but I'm sure they can figure something out.
So are you then saying, having told Claire about it, that's all we can really do?
Well, politely, and I don't mean this in a nasty way, you are just teenagers who haven't come into their full power yet. There's not a lot you could do.
Why can we see the barrier? Then why can only we see the barrier break? And
Nobody else has seen it.
Yeah, and powerful adults like you can't.
My theory would be that we can see it, but because we have lived under the barrier our entire lives, we don't really pay attention to it. I don't really actively look up or kind of clock what's going on. But I'll tell you what, if you say it's flickering, I'll believe you. And I will promise to be more vigilant myself.
Okay.
And keep an eye out. The trees can feel it.
They start to reach out with the branches, trying to keep it together.
Now, if anyone else in this town told me the trees are bending to the barrier and trying to repair it or interact with it, I would tell them that they are mad.
Smoking the wrong kind of shit.
Yes. But you, Felix, okay, I mean, I believe you. I mean, you do help look after the rose gardens. I can't really complain.
I have the feeling that should the barrier fall, that, I don't know, it felt like everything here would die. Sooner or later. It could be years, but like, what are 4, 3, 5, 10 years in the life of a tree? That's nothing. I don't want them to die, Mary.
I can speak to Claire, try and get her to take this seriously. So, out of character, you would know that Claire and Mary are inseparable best friends. I think from memory, they pretty much always grew up together in the South. Before both like coming over to Tanner. Claire had a bit of a sabbatical, living in Carolina.
And Claire was abjuration or divination? What would her?
Claire is neither. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what Claire's magic is. I want to say there's some necromancy in there. I wonder if she's got some necromancy. She's definitely not abjuration. I know that much because Carlisle's abjuration and those two don't have the same power set. I don't think have enchantment. I think she was divination off the top of my head, and I'm sure Haley will correct me later on. I want to say she had divination, necromancy, and evocation. I want to say were her 3 kind of specialist schools.
If she wants to see it, I can show her what I saw and what I felt through divination.
Let me talk to her first. Claire is a strong woman. A very fiercely independent, fiercely, this is a family matter, we'll deal with it, kind of. Accepting external help can be difficult at times.
It's just an offer.
Okay, well, if you feel there are more insecurities about it, or you want to open up about how you feel, or you find something else and you're not quite sure what to make of it, you can always come say hello. I won't judge. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to run to Amanda and say, oh no, these meddling kids have been up to no good. Not really not my style, really. So
Amanda didn't believe us anyway.
Of course she won't. It doesn't bother her. It's not a direct threat to her. Nowadays, she's too busy, reading papers on how to transfer magical ability or how to change someone's magic school. That's her current obsession.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
She's playing dumb. But yeah, she's just like, why would you want to do that? That seems...
Because Amanda can't see that having her son only being able to cast a singular form of magic can be an incredible strength. Her son is going to be, well, guaranteed the strongest abjurer of his generation, rivaling that of Cordelia, the one who first made the barrier in the first place. Possibly even further. With the way magic abilities tend to condense down bloodlines. But I don't know. Amanda's losing her way.
Seems a little drastic. Do you really think that's the case?
Amanda is obsessed with vanity, image. She has always wanted to make the Astons better than the Montgomerys. That's always been her thing. The Montgomerys ruled the council here for a very long time. It's only just now that the Astons have actually managed to gain any semblance of that power beyond just being on the council. She's very eager to create an heir, and she doesn't see that in her son.
Okay. That's kind of heavy.
It is.
That's a lot.
It,
That's a lot.
But to be honest, I wouldn't really worry much about it. There's it's... She's not tried anything, because to be perfectly honest, what she's looking for doesn't really exist. You can't start messing around with the fabric of what makes someone magical. You know?
You can't or you shouldn't.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do there. As far as I'm aware, you can't. You'd have to almost rewrite... Like, the best way I can describe it is magic is kind of like DNA. To change someone's magical focus and magical, like, stronger schools of magic, you'd have to rewrite their magical DNA to do so. For normal witches, that is hard. Not unheard of, but hard. Near damn impossible. And you witches can cast any school of magic anyway. You're just better at some than others because that's your natural aptitude. For Carlisle, who can't, who doesn't have those same connections, you'd have to somehow get around the fact that he can only perform a senior school of magic and somehow transmutate it into something else. You'd have to make him not him.
I mean, it doesn't sound like that she's happy that he is he. I'm worried
No,
about the kid, so.
she's not happy, but she'll live with it. She'll grow up. Carlisle will grow up. He's got a tough battle ahead of him, but so's every other council kid. One day, Claire and Amanda will retire, and so will the Macmillans, and the
I
next
have a
generation will take
question.
over. Yes?
Are there any other families that are kind of on the periphery of the council that may step in at any point, or is it just always been those big three?
There's no one immediately on the periphery at the moment. Not that it hasn't happened before. The Macmillans are a fairly new kind of council family. Less than 100 years old. Although we don't tend to think about that because that's when things get messy and you start to have disagreements and arguments and fights, and that can sometimes spill into much bigger conflicts. And unlike the Magi, we don't tend to implode on ourselves and go to war every 10 or 20 years.
Do
Yeah,
you know
that's
of
a
any
thing.
magic families that disappeared?
Disappeared?
Yeah. Maya's asking this to try to find out if, about her bio parents, because she doesn't know who they are.
I mean, about, oh God, 15 years ago? 15, 16 years ago? There were incidences where witches did disappear. I was very young at that point. I was a teen myself. But I remember our parents. They first tried to make it sound like they just left, but that never really made sense. But then they started to think it was something to do with astral projection gone wrong.
Excuse?
Okay.
Astral projection? There's
What
some.
do you mean?
Yes, astral projection. The art of temporarily transferring your consciousness into the astral plane while your physical body remains here.
Clarification from the
Yep.
GM. Is astral projection a subsection of abjuration?
No.
Like, is it, or it's its own
Astral-
separate thing?
Yeah, astral magic tends to sit in its own little special category of magic. So anything that directly interfaces with the astral plane itself comes from astral magic. Everyone can perform it.
Soon as Penny's done bottling her security potion, she's out the door.
Okay.
Just
Zoom. Okay.
Even Maya's like finishes up her bottling.
Yep.
and Just
Whoosh.
suspiciously walks out.
Okay. Well, I better go take Tyke before he decides to climb into another pot, and this time it's not an empty one. She picks up Miles, bids, I suppose, Shelby and Felix are the only two left at this point after Penny and Maya make their retreat.
By the way, Mary, I was working at the tree nursery before, and he goes into his bag and takes out the perfect branch for a slingshot. I believe this is something special someone would be happy about, but I believe I rather give it to you because you know in which context this special young boy can use it without destroying everything around him.
I fear you may have started a process that dooms us all, but I will gladly take it. No, it's fine. I will put this to good use. And she takes it. You can always see Miles' grubby hands trying to get to it, he almost instinctively knows that that's something cool.
so cool.
Keep an eye on the trees.
I will.
They'll give you more warning than I'll ever be able to.
And also keep an eye on.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
Mary walks off. Where are Penny and Maya? Are they going together or are you splitting off?
I think Maya would probably just head home at this point.
Okay.
Penny is going to go look for Aaron because she noticed he wasn't in class.
Okay. Okay. I need both of you to roll flat d20s.
Okay.
Oh, ominous rolls. We love them.
You said ominous, and I got a 13.
I rolled a 10.
Tab. I am now going to roll.
It's
So
well, it's a random event table. Everything
Maya
explodes.
was the highest number. Red or blue?
Blue.
Okay. Okay. I have never rolled. No, I have rolled. The odds of rolling both of those numbers is like 1 in 400, but okay. It is 1 in 400 or 1 in 200. Rolling double the same number.
Wow.
Rolling double the same number is in ones.
Amazing.
Maya. You get halfway home.
Okay.
You start to feel a little off. Like the air around you is a little thicker than normal.
Mhm.
You go to turn a corner on a street. As you turn the corner, what you're looking at isn't the street that you know. You are looking at a early 1900s train station.
Oh, fudge nuggets.
When you look behind you, there's just more train station platform. Standing next to you is Aaron.
Okay.
Carlisle.
Oh, okay.
And Lucas.
Oh dear.
Lucas doesn't know what's happened. Lucas can't see. So Lucas is just walking as if nothing ever changed.
Uh-huh.
Until Carlisle realizes and like grabs his hand quite softly.
Mm-hmm.
Penny, you get to the library. You don't see it, but you hear a book hit the floor. By the time you get in, no one's in the library. It's just empty.
Oh. I walk by the restricted section door, which I assume is locked.
It's now locked, yeah.
There's nobody there.
Nope. There's no one in this room. The only thing you could tell that someone's been here is a book on the floor. That you heard hit the floor.
Book. I pick up the book. What's it about?
It's a book to do with astral vision. And how you can use astral energy to perceive other energy around you.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Presumably this is a library, like the kind of public section of it, right? Is there a way
Yes.
to check out books from the library here?
It's a magical library. It knows when you've taken books. It has a check-in, an automatic check-in, check-out system. Hold on to a book for too long, and it will just magically make its way back.
I just kind of want to do it legit. if it's one of the books you can just casually check out, because
Yeah.
I want to.
I mean, any book that's not restricted, you can take out. Just pick it up and
Is
walk
there-
off with it.
Any signs besides the book that was dropped of anyone being here?
Aaron's bag's still here. His phone is still there. Interestingly, you notice that his flashlight on his phone is on.
Drain his battery, but
It's a
it's
Nokia
probably
brick.
locked.
It's a Nokia brick. That thing's got enough battery to go for at least another 3 or 4 days with the flashlight on.
It's fair. I think she'll just put the phone in the backpack and.
Mhm.
As an abjuration
Mhm.
specialist, is there anything I can do magically to see if there's any signs of magic being used? Like if there was a
Yeah, give me a DC 6 range check. So your brains
Okay,
plus your D4.
okay, so it's a magic roll.
Yep. So
Um,
brains plus 1D4.
Okay, so I am trained in that. So it's +2, and then I have my earrings, +1 on my left earring. Brains, 8.
8. There is a faint whiff of astral magic in the area where the book and Aaron's belongings were found. You can't tell what spell it was on that kind of roll, but you can sense that it was there, and it's very, very recent.
Actually, can I? His phone and look through his contacts for someone to possibly alert.
Yeah?
Maybe.
There's parents, there's a sister, there's a lot of school friends. There's some text from Lana in here, if you really want to dig that far down. Talking about going to see a movie at the end of the week.
I hate it. Thanks, bro.
I'm just here to deal emotional damage.
She'll take the phone number for Ellie
Yep.
and put it onto her own phone
Okay.
and give her a call.
She doesn't answer.
I leave a
It
text
rings
message
out.
that says, "Don't want to alarm you, but your brother disappeared."
Okay.
And then,
Fair enough.
and then just send that.
Okay. You do that. Shelby and Felix are leaving class together. Shelby, open the book.
A book. Open the book.
Open the book. Open the book.
I'll open the book.
This time, it doesn't even pretend to be a normal book for a second. The second you open it, you only see one sentence repeated over and over and over again. Not just on it like once on every page, but almost like it's lines on a whiteboard on every single one. Just saying, "Oops, look what you made us do."
Taylor Swift.
Well, that sounds
no.
encouraging. Who is this?
Am I able to text Maya Penny as I also related to Felix who's standing next to me?
Yeah, you can text them. Penny gets the text, Maya doesn't. Maya's phone comes back undelivered.
Oh no.
Penny, there is a text that comes back from Penny to everyone that's in all caps. Aaron disappeared. astral magic, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, and then like a bunch of symbols as if it's just swearing, like censored symbols.
Felix texts back, meet at my bus so we can't get lost.
Yeah.
What?
I guess Felix and I will just go to his bus then.
Okay.
If
And
Felix wants that, of course.
Penny will do as the text says, like right away. There's no response. She zooms away and with her rollerblade.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we get to my bus?
You do. You do.
Okay.
As
What is the book?
Go on.
What's going on?
Oh wait, should we wait for Maya? She'd be here. She'll be here, right?
She
I don't know where
should,
she
but
is.
the message didn't get delivered. I'm not sure.
Get in now. So, if Maya gets the message, she will come too, and we can just open the door for her.
She pulls out a book from the bag, which would surprise Shelby because she didn't steal this one, and she's just like, "Yeah, don't look at me like that. I read books too." And she pulls out the book about astral vision. I found this on the floor near where Aaron's stuff was. I didn't take his stuff. I figured he'd come back for it, but he was studying something about astral magic, I think.
Was he there himself?
But his stuff was there. He just disappeared. There was traces of astral magic. Like Mary was talking about astral projection, and I was like, well, I know that Aaron's like super sensitive to astral magic, so I thought maybe that's what he was studying, like astral projection. And then his stuff was there, but he wasn't. That makes no sense.
He was just nowhere to be found. Nowhere in the mansion. Nowhere. Absolutely gone.
Well,
You sure?
nowhere in the library. I didn't think to look everywhere else, but he said he was going to be studying up there, and even if he was like in other places, he wouldn't have just left his stuff there. Like his bag was open, his phone was on the table, like he was in the middle of something, and he didn't show up to class.
Maybe he just had to rush off. I don't know.
And leave his stuff
weird.
behind? I don't know about that. He would have. What kind of teenager would leave their phone behind? I never go anywhere without mine.
Fair. I mean, maybe we'll catch on to him tomorrow or something, but
So
he couldn't have just disappeared. Did he?
No. I don't know, but something extremely weird is happening. I'm starting to feel like maybe astral magic is in the middle of it. It might not even be a barrier issue so much as it is astral magic behaving really weird. Because
What would happen? Sorry. After
No,
you.
go ahead. Sorry.
I have 2 questions. First question: what would happen if somebody tried to, I don't know, magically eat the astral plane? And second of all, what's up with your quite beautiful but terrifying book?
I just found this book where his stuff was. I imagine
Not this book.
Oh.
The other book.
Oh, the other book. Oh, geez, I forgot you still had that.
Yeah.
What's with the book?
I don't know. The book is normal right now, right? The divination book.
The divination book's normal. It's now got spells to do with advanced divination magic in there you can't quite understand.
Yeah, it acts weird sometimes, and I'm not sure. Something or someone is communicating through it, and I don't know who it is. I don't know what they want to communicate, but it can't be good.
Have you tried answering?
How should I? You just
Right
draw
over
into
the
the
book?
book or something? I don't know.
Oh no, don't deface the book. That seems like a bad idea.
I don't know.
If
It's
you
the
do it
same
with
thing that
pencil, you
happened
can erase it.
when they communicated with me.
That
I don't
book is
know.
weird. It's cursed. Yeet it into the sun.
You don't
It's cursed.
put notes into your books?
Not books from the library, right? We can't write it, and we can't write stuff in books from the library, or we
I
shouldn't.
erased it afterwards.
I mean, I'm sure it will erase over time, right? It did the same thing with the messages it gave to me and Maya, but I don't know.
Seems
don't know.
odd. Okay, what do we do now? I'm worried that a whole person just disappeared from the library.
Maybe more than one.
It
That's
can't be.
messed up.
Yeah. Wasn't there any sign of what we've seen before in the book? Like, was there nothing like notes or something that Aaron had left behind? Was there nothing that he?
You'd have to think behind.
I tried to call Maya.
I didn't actually like look into his stuff too much. I just found the book that he was reading.
Well, whatever it has to do, this book has to be part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can't just have been.
Astral
Maybe
projection.
we'll have to look into that.
Astral projection, astral magic, astral sight. Like, I mean, Aaron and I aren't necessarily close, but I mean, from spending years in the same classes, that's kind of his thing, his specialty, I guess. I'm more into abjuration, so I never really got into the astral magic, but he's getting into this stuff and experimenting, trying things with astral projection. I'm worried that he's getting into some dangerous stuff, especially when the astral plane is seeping through the barrier. That can't be good.
Well, no matter how dangerous it is, it has to help us. It has to be connected to the barrier somehow, so might as well start learning it now. Help us out while we can. As long as Claire and Mary aren't doing much.
And sounds like we can't really count on the adults to believe us. They just look at us really funny. I mean, Mary sounded like she might try her best, but I don't know.
She can try, but I'm not sure how much she can do.
The council's not going to listen to us. Just
No,
kids.
certainly not Amanda. She's just gonna throw keys at us again.
What about Mary?
I mean, Mary's close with Amanda, and she did mention possibly like trying to convince the council. So I mean, we have an ally, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah, but we can't rely on that. We'll have to try something ourselves. We can't just rely on the council to take what we say.
It's true. You know who I would rely on? Maya, if she was here.
If she was here? She's not getting our messages.
Where is she? I know. I'm worried about that too. Now that it's been like 20 minutes.
Should we drive by her house? Should we do anything? Should we wait tomorrow and see if she shows up to school?
I'm good. Okay, but like, what about her family? That's gonna be a problem.
I don't know.
We just put.
I mean,
Okay, we play dumb. We have no idea what happened. We lie. We can't tell the adults the truth about anything we know. Just lie. We don't know where Maya is for now. We'll figure something out tomorrow if she's not back.
yeah,
Okay.
seems solid.
I'm not sure if that's the wisest course of action, but if you want to do this, I'm in.
I just. Do we go look for her now? What time is it, GM?
About 8 p.m.
How about I drive you home so you get home? I don't want to lose you in whatever this whole thing is. And maybe Maya's phone is just out and she gets home and she plugs it in and we hear from her. And if not, we look for her tomorrow.
Someone calls to ask us. Do we tell them?
No,
Truth. Okay,
We
that's
went
all
home.
we can't.
They won't believe us. They'll think we're crazy.
Why, she
Okay.
went home first, we stayed, had a little chat, drove home together. We don't even
Okay.
have to lie. I don't like lying.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair, man. It's for the ride, by the way.
The old lady likes to get a bit out.
Okay. Okay.
So, you all take off from the Coven household on your little journey.
I believe you would have like a friendship playlist or something.
Yeah, a little
Like a
mixtape.
group playlist.
Wait, hold on.
Mixtape.
It's 2006, right?
2006, yeah. 6, 7.
It's a right. You can burn CDs at that point. 2006.
Yeah.
I would. Felix would have like
A binder
Like-
of CDs.
a binder of absolutely illegally ripped CDs.
All at 320
Absolutely.
kilobytes per second.
Yeah.
Okay. You will go on your little friendship road trip across Tanner.
20-minute ride.
Exactly, 20-minute road trip. Maya,
Mm-hmm.
you are all standing on this train platform when on the other side of the platform, behind one of the pillars, a man walks out wearing a charcoal grey suit with a blue tie, really silvery hair, like Arctic silver, kind of sort of like shot up a little bit, wearing these kind of like hexagonal glasses. Sort of walks up over to you four. Carlisle and Lucas kind of pull back slightly to be behind you and Aaron.
I'm gonna like just herd them behind me.
The man's got a pleasant smile. There's not an aggressive demeanor on him. More shocked than anything else. Looks across. I wasn't expecting visitors. Well, visitors is the wrong word. I wasn't expecting anyone to turn up. Not today. How did you get here?
Who are you?
I've had many names. Different people call me different things. The one that people call me now, I guess, and for quite a while actually, I've not had a name change in a while. Charon.
Oh, okay.
It's at that point you notice that all of the train station boards only have one
Uh-huh.
destination listed.
Oh no.
And it all just says Elysium.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh,
This is the plane between worlds.
mhm.
It's
Can't be
where
good.
it's where you go when you die.
We didn't die. None of us died. We shouldn't be here.
It's messed up.
I know. That's why I'm confused.
Can you help us get back?
Can I let you in on a secret?
Mhm.
No train's been here in 70 years.
So no one's died in 70 years? That's weird.
Not true. You see he walks over to the train station doors to like go out to the
Oh,
outside
goodness.
world, opens them, and on the other side is a whole new city comprised of people who have died in the real world and are now living a second life in the sort of death not death realm.
In purgatory.
Yeah, in purgatory.
I just thought that just everybody just went straight to hell. This is much better.
You open the doors and everything was on fire.
I saw Bard get very, very concerned for a second.
I've tried hard to make it comfortable. I mean, I'm no Zeus, but I think I've done an okay job. You can see it's kind of like styled in like 1950s suburbia. Kind of like these milkshake bars, diners. Everyone's got really old-fashioned retro cars.
Mm-hmm.
Space is a bit of an issue. I keep having to consume more of the astral plane to make more room. But I usually get advanced warning that people are coming. And you sort of see he pulls out a very old stone tablet written in Greek hieroglyphics, and it's literally an updating tablet of people who are due to die today.
Oh my goodness.
And arrive. I don't know why the trains aren't coming back. I mean, we updated from...
Did something happen 70 years ago?
There was that weird tilt in magical energy.
What weird tilted magical energy?
Well, how would you describe it? You know, magnets. You know, they have that weird, you see the kids like chase magnets, like push magnets down balls and they get repelled.
Mm-hmm.
It's like someone cut the magnet up and then switched the sides over.
Oh.
And
Okay.
since then, things have been backwards.
It's wild.
Uh-huh.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Do I
I'm
remember?
fixing all of this. Mhm.
Does Maya remember when the barrier was created?
The barrier was created approximately, so it was done by Cordelia, who was Claire's father's mother. So you're looking around 70 to 80 years ago. And yeah, like things have been really like weird. Like I used to have powers. I don't have many powers anymore. I've not seen any
What
of my
kind of powers?
friends. You know, the ability to manipulate limited dimensions and, you know, kind of, not godhood. I was never really good enough for godhood. They never really liked me being a god. That was kind of scared them as a concept. But, you know, being able to assist, That was I was a very good assistant, but then they stopped answering my calls, and now I'm sort of stuck here. I miss boats. I think we should have gone back to boats. I could do boats. This whole modernization thing of, oh, let's get rid of the boats and replace them with trains. You know how hard it is to put rail down in hell?
Yeah, that doesn't sound
Sorry,
nice.
I'm
There
going
are
off on a
kids here.
tangent.
Charon.
And you see, he looks at Carlisle and is like, have I seen you before? There's like a moment, like a double take moment, where it's like, that's familiar. Anyway, you were saying.
I forgot what I was saying.
It's fine. Look. Get comfortable. I can't promise how long it will take for me to send you back, if I can send you back.
We didn't die.
No, I know you didn't die.
Here.
I know you shouldn't be here.
So shouldn't it be easier to get us out of here?
I can't interface with the Earth realm anymore.
But we can.
In theory, if you can find a way to punch through, and you sort of see that he sort of points to the end of a train tunnel. And
goodness.
at the end, like, you can sort of see where the tunnel should continue. There's almost like a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I lost contact, brick wall. I can't get through it. Before you ask, yes, I have tried hitting it with a sledgehammer. It bounces straight back at you. I broke my nose that way.
Yeah, that must not have been fun.
It's fine.
I'm gonna look over to Aaron to see if he has anything
Aaron
to say.
is very confused. Aaron is kind of confused. I'm holding on to both Lucas and Carlisle's hands. Mother always used to tell me that purgatory and the astral plane were sometimes interchangeable terms.
Fun.
I don't think purgatory is the right word. I think that's just a name that people made up. But its real name is the astral plane. So Charon maybe he doesn't fully understand it himself. I don't think he's supposed to be here either. I think this is just supposed to be the pickup point of a much longer journey. And even he seems to be shafted on this side. It's almost like... Do you remember you said there's a problem with the Tanner barrier?
Yeah.
Now I'm beginning to believe it's not the Tanner barrier that's the problem. It's another barrier between the astral plane. No, I don't think that's the problem. Well, no, that is the problem. I tell a lie. Reality is like a cake. If Earth is the top of the cake and the other realms are the bottom, the astral plane is the middle layer. The problem isn't between the astral plane and Earth, it's between the other realms and the astral plane. The astral plane stays in the middle, floating. It's a nice filling in the middle. But if one side of the cake disappears, then all the icing drips into the other. The astral plane is coming to Earth because there's nothing left for it to anchor onto on this side.
Ah. That's why there's no trains.
Exactly. It's like it's disconnected.
So we have to reconnect it?
I'd imagine so. But that takes a lot of power. I mean, you can trick the ferryman. I mean, okay, he's not the smartest tool. I mean, look at him. But, you know, you've managed to trick someone with immense power and trap them I don't think we're messing with your standard witch anymore.
So who would we be messing with?
I don't know.
And where are they? Are they here or are they down in Earth?
I'm trying not to think of that. Although I definitely think he is right. We can't do anything right now. However, I have a suggestion, and please feel free to hit me and tell me it's none of my business, and I should not be talking about you because you don't know me. And you look, he's getting really, really nervous about what he's like working himself up a little bit. If this is purgatory and every soul that's died in the last 70 years is stuck here, maybe your parents are here.
You see, like, Maya, like, straight up tenses up because it's been in the back of her mind and she didn't want to think about it at all. And the fact that Aaron brought it up, like, she kind of just, like, freezes and, like...
We have time to kill. Okay, to kill may not have been the right use of words. We have time to spare.
You're not wrong.
And while we're doing it, we can try and figure out just how long this temporary realm has been existing for.
Carolyn said 70 years.
I'm not trusting everything he's saying. Part of me thinks he's trying to save faith.
That may be true.
Nothing wrong with us confirming.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a thing where it says I can spend a token to ask about the surroundings, and you have to answer honestly. I would like to make this into like a perception check into Charon specifically.
Yeah. Spend a token.
Yeah, spend.
And ask me a question that I cannot lie about.
Oh dear.
But I don't have to give a full answer. That's...
Oh yeah, that's fine. Does Charon seem to be scared or afraid?
Petrified.
About his situation?
Petrified.
Okay.
You are looking at a man, deity, whatever term you want to use here, of someone who is very much out of their depth. And is trying to make the best of quite possibly the apocalypse.
Okay, and how long has he been petrified for?
70 years.
Okay, so 70 years is canon. Okay.
He is trying to put a brave face on for the residents here, who equally are just as scared themselves. I mean, okay, they've got a nice, relaxing world to live in, but everyone has that jarring moment of waking up and going, I just died. I will say this.
But they're still living.
According to them, this is the afterlife.
Oh, shit.
He's constructed a whole new layer of reality to them to make them believe this is the end. So much so that the train station's closed to anyone who wants to go in there because that would break the illusion.
Right. Okay. Maya's gonna turn to Aaron and be like, okay, let's, guess we just gotta go and investigate and hopefully find some answers.
That's all we can do. And just hope that everyone on the outside world actually notices that we've gone missing. I really shouldn't think about that. That's not a nice thought to have.
Penny would definitely notice you're missing.
Why would Penny notice I'm missing?
A classmate.
Maya, Maya,
How did she?
she's not a classmate. She's in another grade. What?
Isn't like
thought
okay,
she's
I'm sorry, just
one
out of
grade
curiosity,
lower. She's one grade lower. He's a senior. You're all.
No,
Oh.
Penny's a senior.
Penny, oh yeah, Penny's a senior. Yes, good point. I lie. No, look.
She's a classmate.
You're lying, and that's it's not your place to say. I get it. It's not your place to say it. It's Maya's place. If not Maya, it's Penny's place. If Penny wants to say it, I think I get what you're getting at. Oddly,
I'm also her friend, and she would notice I'm missing too. So you're not special.
Oh well. You ever see Charon even slightly recoil slightly? I'm like, that's low. Man, that's low. Aaron sort of goes, I was about to say that actually, while I'm flattered what Penny seems to think, it's actually quite comforting and reassuring right now. Then I just had the most jarring whiplash in existence as the person who conveyed the soothing thought to me did a full 180 and just burnt it with...
That's for talking about my parents, and then like I kind of like take Carlisle. I take Carlisle and Lucas's hand and start walking.
That is where we're going to leave it for tonight. With Aaron just like blankly looking as you're walking off. Welcome to the afterlife.
I now understand why you're like, oh, it'd be so fun if you're absent from the other two sessions.
Yeah. Yes, that was why when you messaged me saying I can't be here those 2 sessions, I was just like, well, I was doing that anyway, so. And then I thought tonight, you know what? No, screw it. You're coming with. You can experience this reality too. Yes, I hope everyone had fun.
F's
That's
in
so
chat
awesome.
for Aaron's ego, everyone.
Else
Spam
in
it.
chat.
F.
Plus ratio.
Just
Well,
took
if
out a whole
Aaron and Maya
teenage.
ever get back, it's gonna be awkward.
Just took out a whole teenage boy's ego in one blow.
I
Yep.
like
I
it.
mean,
I
he
like
doesn't really
because
need
because
it.
he's like
He's in
2
the
years older
afterlife.
than me, and he's like super tall. It's just like
Oh, he's
It's
a
like-
year.
and you suck.
it's that audio. It's like, oh my god, you're so tall, and you're deadbolt like a big bee.
Oh my god. Love it so much.
What have we done?
I don't know, but I like it.
What have you done?
What have you done?
done
What I've done.
Yes.
We're gonna fuck your timelines up so hard. It's gonna be great.
Right. Time to say our goodbyes. I am going to let everyone go on the table, say who they are, where we can find you, plug any cool stuff you want to plug. I'm going to go in reverse order from we started. I'm going to start with Bard.
Yeah, I'm Bart or Laura. I'm an actor and screenwriter from Germany, and you can actually, I'm not good with social media, so you can find me on Twitch, where I will soon start a new thing called Bard's Academy, where I level up my own Bard skills on screen.
Awesome. I was about to say Maya then. It's not Maya, it's Agent P.
Well, bye everybody. I guess I almost said hello. I'm Agent P. You can find me on Twitter at theagentp_ or on Instagram at the.agent.p. You can also find me on the Daisies and Dragons server. Yeah, I just love playing with you guys. It's so much fun every time.
And I love hosting all of your chaos. I'm sure that will wear off after we get like episode 6 or 7, where I turn around and say, I'm now sick of this shit. But it hasn't happened so far. No chaotic group has pushed me to the point where I'm like, ugh. And trust me, the last group was very, very good at chaos. Right. Next, we have Leah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for playing, everyone. First of all, and yeah, you can find me on Instagram at _musical_witch, which is my only active social media. One thing I want to plug is I'll be playing Pokemon this weekend in Dortmund. So you can follow that on the official Pokemon channel, where you can also have a look at how I do and how I play. So keep an eye out for that, and I hope I'll make stream. And yeah, I can't wait to play next week and steal more books from the library.
Become the library.
I am the library. Thank you.
And I shall call myself Alexandria. That was so bad. I'm terrible at these kind of things. Anyway, Anne.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I promise I am not always chaotic, just some of the time as a treat. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at XO_girlwonder. It's a usually thing chat. Yeah, no, I do way too many things to talk about in an outro. So there's a pin post on Twitter, and then you can just ask me there. It's fine. It was so good. Thanks, Hedge.
Oh yeah, thank you, Hedge.
It certainly was something.
It was something. I don't know what it. I myself don't know what it is, but it was something.
I stopped taking notes after Charon, and I just have to write. I have to sit down and write.
Thank you.
So,
You have so
this
many
leaves me.
theories.
I'm Hedgehog, and will continue to be Hedgehog. In terms of where you can find me, to be honest, just Misadventures League. I do have my own Twitter at Hedgehog UK. Do I use it much anymore? Not really. I'm not a social bird as I used to be. Besides, running our Discord is more than enough activity for my antisocial batteries to work with. So definitely use the link, come join us. It's a lot of fun. We could definitely use some more people posting memes. That is my goal for between now and my birthday. We need more memes in the memes chat. I can't be the only one posting them. Because mine aren't funny. August, we've got time.
I don't usually meme, but there's one meme that I love so much, and it's a very specific meme. I'll share it.
Right, we were going to have a break next session, but we've changed our minds. So we'll be back next Tuesday for more shenanigans and reality bending, and hopefully no one doesn't die, /not die, Well, maybe you have died. Maybe you don't know you've died. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Well, that's a fine
My
way to
head
get
don't leave
out of
us.
the stream. Thank you, Ash.
What's the opposite of like clinically dead, where you're in the astral plane but you're not actually dead?
You're just
ready
on
for
the
that?
fence at that point.
Yeah.
You're teasing
We're
death. You're
theoretically
teasing
dead.
death.
You're a planeswalker at that point.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go. Have a good night / evening / morning wherever you are, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye, Lizzie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.